So in my quiet time, I've been reading the book of Exodus, and what I normally do is I'll read a passage. Later on, I'll watch or listen to a sermon over that passage just to gain further understanding upon it. And one thing that Pastor David Guzik pointed out that I hadn't necessarily thought about before. This is in Exodus 17. Is how God can ordain the victory, but you still have to go and fight the battle. And so in Exodus 17, the Israelites are battling the Amalekites. And I'll just read this, not that long. Exodus 17, 8 through 13. Now Amalek came and fought with Israel in Rephidim, and Moses said to Joshua, "Choose us some men and go out, fight with Amalek. Tomorrow we'll stand on the top of the hill with the rod of God in my hand." So Joshua did as Moses said to him and fought with Amalek. And Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. And so it was, when Moses held up his hand, that Israel prevailed. And when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. But Moses' hands became heavy. So they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat on it. And Aaron and Hur supported his hands, one on one side and the other on the other side. And his hands were steady until the going down of the sun. So Joshua defeated Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. And so the thing that David Guzik was saying was like, do you think when they saw Moses, first of all, it's like, he put his hands up, they won when they were winning. Then when he put his hands down, they started losing. And it's like, do you think when he put his hands up that Joshua and the warriors just stopped fighting? They're like, oh, Moses put his hands up. All right, y'all, we're good. God's gonna take care of it. We don't have to fight anymore. It's like, no. Like, they saw his hands up, and I'm sure it spurred them on to fight even harder, gave them even more conviction and fervor and discipline and focus to fight even more. And it's like, yeah, like God ordained the victory, but they still had to fight. And I don't know, that just stood out to me because I think in my life, sometimes I think, okay, like the whole what God has for you is for you. It's like, yeah, that's true, but sometimes, a lot of times, it requires your participation. Like sometimes he'll just do it, like when the Israelites came the Egyptians came upon the Israelites and they had to cross the Red Sea. He just parted the Red Sea, they got across, then he closed the Red Sea, and the Egyptians were overthrown, right? But sometimes, and even in that, Moses still had to raise his hand to split the sea. But yeah, a lot of times God wants to partner with us. It's not just, oh, I'm gonna pray and God's gonna take care of it and I can just sit back and relax. It's like, nah, there's something for you to do. God's gonna do his part, but you have to do your part too. But